Today's date is October 16th, 2019, Wednesday. The time is approximately 6:40 p.m. and I am about to make a video of an incident that happened out here earlier. Security officers right here at this area, and what had happened is we came out here for a quick smoke, cigarette and a marijuana cigarette, and what happened was 3 security guards, 3 of them. This is caught on camera. There's video cameras. I don't know where they are exactly at this point in time. But 3 security guards came from the entrance here and immediately came here. The lead one, Philippi, kind of homo. I'm sorry, I shouldn't kill it. Anyways, he took an immediate attitude. The first thing he starts saying is, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?" It almost honestly sounds like the Winnipeg police interview there when I was at for a search and robbery allegation in 2007. Joe Ducharme obviously kept saying that. Same with Josie Dupuis. You guys always kept saying serious, serious, serious. So I don't know. But anyways, this is evidence to show. There are a lot of cigarette butts here. People smoke here all the time. This is normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. If you've seen someone smoking from there, oh, there you go. Look, the guy has a cigarette in his mouth right there. But if for 3 security guards to come out from there, to me to come out here and start, "Are you serious?" The man did not know if we were smoking cigarettes or marijuana. And when he came out with 3 security officers, the way he did, that suggests there's something more going on. So although there is no smoking signs around these grounds, like I said, evidence shows and videos, look, there's cameras, would show that people and patients come out to smoke here all the time. So dying patients and things, persons like that, come out here to smoke. Now that I'm calmed down, my mother, who's dying, stage 4 cancer, wanted to come out for fresh air. You know, I don't want to, my mother seems to think that I embarrassed her. In reality, I just, you know, sticking up for us. This guy was excessive, so he pushed me, and I am going to be pressing criminal charges of intimidation and assault. The intimidation would be him demanding me to produce papers about the marijuana being a possible medication. The reason I brought that up is because the gentleman was scaring me and my mother at that point in time. Like, I just was willing to say whatever to try and avoid the confrontation. He persisted, and when I said medication for the marijuana, he started mimicking me. Oh, education, that's what he started doing. And then when he started doing that, I pulled out this very camera here and I put the light on and I started saying, "Hey, this is what's going on." And my mother was over us. I step over, I turn the camera to show that, hey, this is the guy doing it with my face. The man pushes me towards over my mother, kind of deal. I start yelling, getting, you know, start protecting myself. I did not in any way threaten this man in any kind of way, shape, or form. If he would have came out here, been respectful like most security, you know, he could have said, "Hey, if that's a marijuana, could you guys please leave the grounds to do that?" And for him to sit there and say, "Oh, I knew they were smoking marijuana," the man is lying. They came out here, 3 security guards, to confront a possible person smoking marijuana. They didn't know that when they came from there. So harassment, you guys. Look at all the smoking, the evidence, it's all here. I have reason to believe me and my family, my mother on her dying bed, is being harassed here by government officials, I think, at this point. Garda Security, Omar from City Hall, also works at that security firm. And I'm starting to think a lot of these people that I encounter are most likely RCMP and government-related officials trying to keep out my allegations of government fraud of employment salaries and organized crime involved in my case. Specifically, the scandal that's going to be going towards former Prime Minister Stephen Harper and several other Canadian, including Justin Trudeau. I'm obviously concerned of my safety. If you guys are willing to do this, as broad and brazen as you guys are, I have reason to believe that I'm not going to survive this. But you want to know, I'm not going to give up, because if soldiers go overseas and jump on grenades, saving their fellow comrades' lives, well, guess what? Guess what I'm doing? It doesn't require me jumping on a grenade. It requires, you know, and you guys ever catch me and whatever, however you want to look at it, and I find up being murdered or missing, and you get whatever, I don't care. Honestly, you get one life. I'm not passing this opportunity. My mother's dying. I believe in that you guys are very sinister and very collective in what you guys are doing to us. You guys are going to say all this harassment that you're doing to me on a day like, in a time like this, led to my depression, and you guys are going to say that I committed suicide? Not happening. Won't do it. The stuff that I'm pursuing is 100% slam dunk. You guys are going down for fucking world-class corruption. If constitutional laws and freedom exist in Canada, in North America, if democratic, if it exists, you guys are going down for corruption. The only way you guys get away from this is killing me and somehow not letting me get access to the media. I understand you guys went to considerable lengths to identifying me as a pedophile, a sex offender, all kinds of things. You name it. Anything in the book, they're going to throw on me. Yeah. You also have Joe Ducharme and Paul Managed. They have $3 million budgets to go around offering gang members in Stony Mountain to harass me over the Patrick Chief Kershane homicide investigation. You guys, I'm going to be honest, my problems started way before this alleged homicide. It's not alleged, apparently, this homicide. What happened is, I was out on bail from Headingley on several charges, and on October 17, 2006, at the direction of a Thomas Roy Phillips, he had asked me to commit a home invasion. That morning, several violent incidents happened. I was caught with undisputable evidence on Manitoba Avenue. 2 home invasions and a robbery, and other cases came shortly after. The violence and gravity of those cases would have got me anywhere from 15 to 20 years. On October 17th, 2006, alone. So I went into custody for 8 months. The Winnipeg Police's Major Crimes Unit came back to charge me for a Salisbury robbery. The one that occurred on St. Anne's Avenue. During this time, I refused to cooperate. I gave them reasons. As soon as I brought up my uncle Doug Hastings, they shut the interview down kind of deal. They got us fingerprinted, and I'm come to realize there's probably evidence of Doug Hastings, my uncle. They've been trying to identify him as a serial killer, so the police were protecting, they didn't want Doug's name involved in this investigation here. For whatever the justification may be, 8 months later on slam dunk cases, the prosecution releases all of us, 6 accused. Consent bail, didn't have to go in the courtroom, went in there, got out, I was released. Again, I had some drug issues. I immediately began doing armed robberies. Police began surveillance during this time. During this time while I'm on bail for home invasions and robberies, and I'm committing more robberies. They didn't pick up on it, and if they did, then they got some explaining to do, because then the Patrick Chief homicide occurs. Now, if they're going to sit there and blame me and create the craziest, most telling evidence, you guys got played. Fontaines became millionaires through the Manitoba government, and I don't want to go into conspiracy stuff, but I think families obviously get targeted the way they do by the Canadian government when it comes to millions and millions of dollars. The St. Anne Salisbury robbery, I have reason to believe that someone of influence. I'm going to poke around and ask more about it and see where that takes us. Ever since those incidents, the RCMP, Winnipeg Police, have been going out of my way. So this is before the Patrick Chief homicide investigation, guys. I've been going out of their way to try and have me labeled or identified as a pedophile. This is so they can get me killed to cover up their own bones, you guys. They got caught pants down, defrauding, homicide, and serial killer investigations. So once you guys accept that reality, and the fact that the police are probably heavily involved in setting me up for homicides, and I would not doubt that even if the police themselves, or whoever, possibly could have been responsible for the Patrick Chief homicide. I don't want to give my statement on this matter, but it's a likelihood that there's going to be a possibility that police officers are taking opportunities to murder people. Oh, you didn't like that one, eh?